Greetings, Algo artisans. Bitcoin is chasing away the bears. We're going to look at a few charts today. Today is a casual chart-looking Saturday. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I'm going to get into it now. Before we do, please like, subscribe, follow me on YouTube, follow me on X, hit the notification bell, all that stuff helps me get more content out to you. Okay, so straight into the charts here. We got Bitcoin and it's just on a tear. And this is a weekly chart. So each one of these candles that you see is a week's worth of price action. So this is going all the way back to halfway through last year. So we had this bottom out towards the end of the year at the end of November, and Bitcoin has just been mobbing up ever since. It took a break through last spring and summer and early fall. It just kind of ranged for a while, built up a lot of energy, and now it's popped up hard. And if you take a look at these weekly candles, you notice that these arrows or these candle lengths are much longer on average than right here, right? And this can be noted as volatility. So this volatility right now is just really strong, and it's pretty much to the upside. If you look at this range here, these candles are all short bodies with a lot of wicks. Here you have long body, right, compared to the wicks. So a lot of volatility right now. Very, very bullish high time frame. There are always pullbacks, and it's hard to say if one's going to happen right now because price is up to a yearly high, right? So when the ETF was announced, and you can just go back and look at the videos, I've probably done 3 or 4 ETF videos. If you've been living under a rock and you need to know about the Bitcoin ETF, go back and look at the videos because that's been really big news. That did push price up to this kind of $49,000 level. Price got pushed back down. It looks like it's already found its support and is reapproaching that high. So the question is going to be whether or not it has the juice to break that high. I got a couple of different levels I'm looking at. It is right now just kind of at an area where it could easily reject, right? So this is a super high time frame. You're taking a look at each one of these candles being a week, right? So these move real slow, but that's what you want to look at for the larger trend here. And price is possibly, well, technically it's formed a double top, which is a bearish thing when you see a double top. Usually a bearish double top means that it's going to possibly reject and head down, but so far, in order for that double top to happen, and this is candle theory, folks, this is kind of old school trading I'm showing you right now, this current candle that we're in order for me to be kind of confident that this one's going to fall, this current candle has to close all the way down here, and the wick has to go deeper. So, the wick has to go deeper than the prior candle. So, in other words, it would have to be a lower low and lower close, as we call it in some circles, where the candle body, the rectangular part, closes below the prior candle, right? And the wick that comes down, the tail, if you will, that has to go lower than the prior tail too. So that's a lower low, lower close. And we're not seeing that so far. Right now, everything is just headed upwards. Okay, so there are about 4 days yet left in this candle. So we'll see what happens in those 4 days. It wouldn't surprise me if price broke above. Now, we do have some events coming, and this is going to affect all crypto. I'm going to spend a little bit more time on the Bitcoin chart than I am on the other charts because Bitcoin still pushes everything around. It is the king. And sometime in April, there's going to be the halving. Now, historically, price runs up to the halving, and then it kind of takes a break after the halving for a couple months, right? Like something maybe like this, even if it goes sideways or if it breaks up, whatever the situation is, it usually it has a sort of a peak at the halving. People get excited, and then there's a sell-off, right? And then a lot of times that sell-off will come down to maybe, like in this case, it might come down to 38,000 or 40,000. It's really hard to know, though. We are in a very different world than the few halvings we've seen, and we've only seen a few halvings. It's not a lot of data to establish a true pattern when you only have 2, 3, 4 halvings you can look at, right? So, you know what I do, and just, full disclosure, not investment advice. Nothing we say on here is investment advice. But remember, I have kind of a few different categories of assets that I hold, right? I have precious metals and other assets that are very stable, and so those grow at kind of a slow rate historically. Not to say they always will, but good chance they will. I have crypto that I hold, and that grows nicely. It's more risky, grows faster than pretty much anything over time, right? And I also will trade. I'll have a smaller amount of crypto, and I will trade it, and I will cause that to grow much more aggressively than holding crypto right now. So that being the case, whether this breaks up, breaks down, whatever it is, it's something I can take advantage of, right? Even though I might kind of lose in the short term if it goes down, I have other crypto I can trade to hedge that. And being as this is a halving year, I'm expecting crypto to be higher by the end of the year than it is right now, and probably significantly. We'll see about it. It might not happen until next year that we see the hard highs. but we'll see about it. So right now, though, with Bitcoin in the near term, I will go to a lower time frame chart so we can analyze that, because it is still at a point, it's a delicate point, it has not broken that high. And so we'll take a quick look on this daily time frame. Yeah, we'll go to the daily. For me, it's actually 18 hours. It's going to function just like daily. I use 18 hours because my algo is like the 18 hours. That's it. So I would look where, if price rejected, how low could it go, right? It might not reject, it might go up. If it doesn't go up, I'm going to look for it to go to maybe, I'd say 44,000, maybe 42,000 if it breaks down. So if it doesn't, if it cannot clear this resistance created back in January, then I would expect price to head back down to maybe 42. And this makes a lot of sense. It's a Fibonacci level. The 618 is sitting at 44, right? But there's a lot of liquidity sitting down at 42. And I've even seen that liquidity elsewhere. I've seen it on actual liquidity over on the Kingfisher. I've already done that. We're not going to take time for that today. And there's just liquidity from all the price action that happens. So it's a reasonable thing to expect price to come down, grab some liquidity, and then perhaps head up if it doesn't just go up. And it could very well go up. The market is very, very excited. Having ETF, all those narratives are pushing people in. So it just really depends on whether or not big names need to get liquidity. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Very quick look at Ethereum and Solana. If we have time for gold and oil, we'll get to it. We're keeping this pretty short. And again, Bitcoin's going to rule it all. So everything you see, if you want to know what might happen, remember Bitcoin is going to either push things up or not, right? So what we're seeing here is a similar look for Ethereum. We do have a multi-week high sitting at 27,000, right? So, and price is bullish right now. This particular algo looks pretty bullish. Let me roll up to some higher time frames. The algos, yeah, it's all around bullish. So it could continue to push up, but remember, nothing goes up forever, right? So we need to beware of getting too bullish. However, I think price, even if it falls back, this kind of $2,400 level is good, but I don't see it falling back right now. It's literally creating what looks to me like just a quick pullback on the way up. So if I were to just take a guess, if price went up from its current level, where would it go? Easily short term, I would expect Ethereum to hit maybe 2,600. That's an important number from the past. And will it approach this 2,700? It could. That's if Bitcoin continues, most likely. I don't know that Ethereum is going to run under its own power right now. Some of the money from Solana came to Ethereum when Solana had its blockchain issues, but that's what I see with Ethereum. If it heads down though, I'd say 2,400 is a low target, 2,600 is a high target, and then once it kind of breaches 2,600, I would look at it. Solana, last I looked, it was like doing great. It's always doing great. It looks like I've been looking at this. You can see all the stuff on here. Last I was on here, I had a target up at 113, and I think that target's going to get met within the next week, as long as everything continues as it is. It looks like I already charted this, so that's convenient. I would say the next target up is going to be like 122, and then once it breaches 122, if I were in a trade, I might have a stop loss because you got resistance right there. Bitcoin continues and goes up, then 14 is a nice target. It's way up there based on other metrics that you do not see on the screen. Okay, so I think that's what we have time for today. Just going to be a crypto review. If you have any questions in these charts you want to see, though, feel free to ask in the comments. I also go live with Feed the Gorilla, and I do it 5 days a week at 8:30 AM EST. So feel free to come on to YouTube or even Rumble and ask questions, right? Ask questions. I'm happy to do charts for you. Right now, we have the time to do it. As our crowd grows, that time will become less available. So please do. Also, come over to algofactory.tech where we can teach you how to do these. And what you're seeing right now is pretty simple. Everything I do is super simple. It's not that complex. It looks complex. It is not complex. We have an entire class. We can teach you all this stuff. We're over at algofactory.tech. So come on over, trade your job, upgrade your life. We'll see you on the next one. All right, hope you enjoyed the show. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. On the screen there, you can see our website, algofactory.tech. Tap that QR code to take you straight there. I'm also very active on X. That's algo_factory777. We got TikTok and Rumble. In the meantime, we hope to see you over at the website. Come on over, trade your job, upgrade your life. We'll see you there.